Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is lukemick here, and you might be wondering if you're used to watching my videos, where are you right now? It looks like you're in the Black Lodge, and that's because I am in the Black Lodge. I'm currently trying to lock Luke back in here. He's been running loose for far too long, and someone has to put a stop to it. Just kidding, that is a total joke. Normally, I would be filming and editing all of my videos in the basement, but the heat circulation has been very poor this winter in the basement, so it's freezing down there, and I just told myself, I can't do it anymore, I can't work under these conditions, let's film and edit upstairs. So that's what I'm doing. So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing one of the films from the midnight section of the Sundance Film Festival. This film is called Censor, and it is directed by Welsh filmmaker Prano Bailey-Bond. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. If not, here is a picture of her and the spelling of her name in case I said that very wrong. Now, this film takes place in England in the 1980s during the video nasty boom, and it follows a film censor by the name of Enid, played by Niamh Algar. One day, when reviewing a new film at work, she notices something very familiar about the film and feels that she has some sort of connection with the film and her past. And from there, the film turns into a sort of psychological horror thriller. Now, I think my favorite thing about Censor is the cinematography in the normal sequences of the film. I say normal sequences because there are a few flashbacks in the film, and we also get stylistically different looks into the films that she's watching. I'm talking mostly about the cinematography of just the normal scenes. I thought it just looked so exquisite and professional. I really liked how foggy and dreary it looked. I liked the really dim lighting in her workplace. I just thought that the cinematography in the film, in the majority of the film, was so pretty and just so well done looking. I also didn't know who Niamh Algar was as an actress before this film, but I do now, and I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for her and other projects because she's really the center of this film. It really relies a lot on her and just getting into her head and exploring the guilt that she feels for her past and just the reasons why she does what she does. And I thought that her portrayal of the character of Enid was absolutely perfect, honestly. She was such a likable and powerful force to keep the narrative of this film and to keep the emotion of the film moving forward. Hey, are you enjoying this video? Well, if you are, you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell as well to be notified whenever lukemick posts a new video. You can also find lukemick on Letterboxd, where he oftentimes writes reviews or logs the movies that he's been watching. And if you want channel updates, you can also go to his lukemick YouTube Instagram page, where he provides updates for the channel and just posts other weird, goofy pictures and things like that. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, just follow the instructions. Links for everything are down below, and enjoy the rest of this video. And everybody, it also does have some nice violent aspects to it as well. When there's gore, the gore is pretty damn good. I also really enjoyed the pacing of the film. I thought that there was always a good amount of mystery and intrigue shrouding this film. It always kept me surprised. It wasn't, I'd never really seen a film like this, and I really enjoyed the 1980s setting and that the whole film is surrounding video nasties and 80s horror films. It's very clear that Prano Bailey-Bond is a fan of horror of that era, and as am I, so I really appreciated those aspects of the film. Now, like I may have said, there are flashback sequences, and there are sequences in this film where we're meant to be watching one of the films that Enid is watching and reviewing for work, and the cinematography is much different in those scenes than in the rest of the film. The lighting is a lot brighter, it's almost more dreamlike, and that was okay for the flashback sequences, but in the sequences where we're actually watching these video nasties, I guess you would call them, I felt like the cinematography should have been a little bit different, and just the way that they filmed those scenes should have been a little bit different. From what I recall, and have watched 20 movies since watching Censor, and there are no pictures online, so maybe my memory is not correct, but it just seemed like it was too clean looking. I wish that they would have gone with a more rough approach stylistically to the look of the films that Enid was watching. It was more of an immersive experience watching those films. It didn't feel like you were watching a 1980s video nasty. It felt like you were watching some sort of Lynchian dreamlike trip down memory lane. It was one of those sorts of things. I wish they would have handled that a bit differently, made it a bit more authentic to 1980s video nasties, but, you know, that's a stylistic choice that they chose, and I didn't think it was the best choice, but it's what they did with it. And also, we do get a few scenes with Enid's parents in the film, and I felt like those scenes just felt a little stilted and awkward. I didn't think that their supporting performances were all that strong. The conversations felt a little bit predictable and slightly generic, and I just thought that the delivery of a lot of their scenes just didn't really mesh well with what the rest of the film was doing. They just felt a little bit unnatural to me. And this is a film that, you know, the concept of it sounds really interesting, but you may ask, like, does it deliver at the end? Does it have a very satisfying conclusion? And I would say that I think it does. I really like the way this film wraps up. I like the last 20 minutes quite a bit. I thought it did a lot of fun stuff, and it did not disappoint in the end. I thought that the film only got better as it went on, and it became more of what I was expecting it to be as it went on, and not in a bad way. Not that it was more predictable. It was more just in tune with, this is a midnight movie at Sundance, this is a horror movie, this is what I came here for. I really liked the last third of the film. But other than that, I really did like Censor a lot. The more I think about it, the more I enjoy it, actually. It was one of the first films that we watched at the festival, so it was, when you watch the first couple films, your expectations are a little bit across the board, and you don't, it's kind of hard to explain. When you're preparing yourself for a weekend full of films, the first few can feel weird. I don't know if it has a distributor at this point. It might. It may have come into the festival already with a distributor. I'm not sure. If I find any news, I'll put it in this video. But yeah, I am going to give Censor a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's a really fun film. It was a great midnight experience, and I am excited for more people to watch it because I think that it'll resonate with fans like me of older horror, and it's a very nice love letter to this era of film and this era of horror films. So yeah, that is Censor. I liked it quite a bit. The more I think about it, the more I like it. But that's all I have for you for this video. I want to thank you all for watching until the very end. If you really enjoyed this video and you are not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd suggest hitting that subscribe button and keeping an eye out for more content like this or any other content I put out that you're interested in. And that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you again soon, and I will talk to you later.